Hi friends, let's take a look at Link now. Just as we've been talking about this in the other episodes as well, bear in mind that we're in a world that's got a bank holiday weekend happening. Well, there's a global pandemic happening. Well, you've had the biggest ever economic stimulus ever in the US happening. Which is propping up an economy which has got huge unemployment figures, having just had the biggest employment figures in the US in history. Now we're starting to see the stats are all over the place. In terms of the sort of oscillators and whatnot that we're looking at, it's more or less kind of neutral, really. Other than the fact that we had some big bearish divergence really here on the last two highs here on the 4-hour time frame, and that's not really played out yet. So could we be looking down here to the 21 or perhaps to one of these lines down below in terms of the next week? Well, we could be, because of this divergence here. I just keep an eye out for that overall, but then there's going to be volatility around what we achieved over here. We've come up as high as 236 and not managed to make it above it. We really do need to undo this Fibonacci retracement for a number of reasons. Just look at the highs, look at how this is sort of this the psychology could operate around this area. If we've come back down again, then I would expect to actually break this, which we tested so many times before. So let's try and let's remain positive about Chainlink. Of course, there's a lot of positive stuff here, a lot of positive stuff. But just a sort of reminder for everybody that we've got to kind of look to how things pan out over the next wee while, and in terms of the world as well. Anyway, against Bitcoin prices, we're doing quite well. We've made up to 236. We tested it once. Let's see if we can test it again, keep that going, and defeat that bearish divergence on the 4 hours by simply having a higher low being put in, say for instance around about here at 44,000. Should we go on beyond there, you're looking at 40. Well, other parts of it, like 45, 44, 43 in terms of the thousands there. Could be any of these areas would all be sufficient, for instance, for a higher low. And in fact, as well, you can still look down at 42. And in fact, the way that this price action's worked, you can look all the way down, for miles for higher lows and all the rest of it. But we'll not get too carried away. But let's just say, though, that this was a profit-taking target here at 236 at the 50,000, 49,000 something, 50,000 Satoshi, sort of in close enough to that. And then we have to sort of hold our breath until we find out what happens next. I feel, if I have to put an opinion out there, I feel like we may have a little bit of up and down and then up, but we'll have to see how things pan out. Overall, everything that we spoke about yesterday is still valid today. It's still the same chat as it is for all the videos today, actually, as it happens. And again, over here on the Bitcoin prices, the Chainlink versus US dollar prices, it's the same sort of scenario. We're looking at our resistance here, the $3.30 level, and seeing that it's been operating quite firmly. Are we going to have some sort of pullback here? If we go down to 4 hours, will we see the bearish divergence as well? Well, no, actually, it's just the price action didn't get any higher between these two highs here anyway. Between these highs, yeah, there was that bearish divergence. And yeah, and then are we going to see this play out, or is it just going to go sideways till it finishes playing out? They've got the 21 coming right up to where we are now. Overall on this one, I'm going to have to say that while generally speaking this has all been very healthy and good, that we could be looking at coming in for a higher low in the 21, for instance, down here towards $3 and something. Just so long as you kind of stay above $3 for a close, then you're doing all right overall. And then we'd be looking back again at the 21, which would probably be at about $3.15 to $3.20 at the time. Get above that, then things would be positive and be looking back to where we are right now. Of course, could be wrong, in that sense, in which case towards the upside you're looking at $3.70, and that would be the targets overall. Let's take a look over here at the other chart and see if there's anything else jumping out at us that we should have been bearing in mind, perhaps. No, same story. Yeah, so thanks very much. Really appreciate everybody tuning in. Really massively appreciate it. Going to keep this one really not a long episode, just a snappy Sunday. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next episode. I really do appreciate it. I can't express that enough. I genuinely appreciate all the likes, comments, subscribes massively. Catch you in the next episode.